enjoying your Minnesota autumn, Garrett. Yes. Rita, I hear you. Grateful for a good work, for a good job. Yep. Yes, sunshine and warmer temps. I'm with you, Tammy. Thanks everyone for sharing. It's so fun seeing everyone's gratitudes.
Next time we'll pop in those tunes, Nicole. We'll get it all figured out. And we'll be rocking it for the December meeting as people are hopping on.
Right. All right, everyone. For those who are just joining us, thank you so much. And feel free to put in the chat what you're grateful for today. We're doing, other than our family and friends, what are you grateful for? A lot of great responses coming in.
I like how those peppers are matching the fall colors.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to everyone who's just joined. If you want to take a moment just to pop in the chat what you're grateful for, that would be wonderful. Happy you've joined us this morning. Yes, thanks for sharing, Rhonda. Those are all really great things. Beautiful weather, family, friends, good health.
Yep, Thanksgiving's coming around the corner. Makes me think about that good food.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah. Ooh, a mini trip. Trace, you can provide more details? Hopefully something fun.
Well, Nancy, I'm glad you got to see those Northern Lights for the first time. The first time for my kids too, so it was real special last night. A lot of gratitudes there, Giselle, for sure. Thank you for sharing. All right, a lot of folks just joined, so I think we'll do our last call out for gratitudes. If you want to share in the chat what you're grateful for today, that'd be wonderful. A lot of them coming in now. I'll get going here in just a few moments. Lunchtime. I hear you, April. I'm getting hungry too. And all those beautiful peppers makes me think of roasted peppers and maybe a little goat cheese on top and some herbs. Oh, I'm happy your son is home too from the Air Force. That's awesome. There was a great reunion. Yes, Kayla, that's really nice. Yeah, it's been so heartwarming seeing all the ways people have been coming together to help folks in need. Okay. Carrie says she can't hear. Is anyone else not hearing us?
Sounds good on this for me. I can hear good.
Oh, Roxanne, congratulations on your new grandchild coming. Okay, Giselle can hear. All right, well, welcome everyone. I think Caitlin, if you're ready to kick us off, I think we're good.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks you all, and thank you everyone for taking time over your lunch break or right before to come and join and learn a little bit about one of the benefit offerings that's coming your way as well. There, that is already your way, as well as just information to kind of start thinking about how we can fuel our bodies during what feels like a very fun and busy time of year, and how to kind of sneak in more nutrients and just kind of pay attention and make sure that we're not only taking care of everyone around us, but also ourselves during the busy season. And with, I know I'm going to say another word that you may not all like, but with winter right around the corner, we do have to kind of start thinking about these things and what's in season for us and what makes sense to kind of buy and have stocked in our freezers or in our fridges for things. So with that, I'm thrilled to have a health coach with us here. Her name is Hina. She is much more well versed in all of this information here, and I will turn it over to her to say hello and introduce herself. But I know Hannah always likes to take a picture of everybody before we go. So this isn't me. This is Hannah. I'm throwing you right under the bus there, Hannah. If you are able, willing, not driving, ready for the day, we encourage you to just turn on your camera for a brief moment so that Hannah can take a quick screenshot and just share just the success of having this many people in one place and all of us together ready to just learn and hear some interesting things. So, Hannah, how can we assist with this attempt?
Here, I know Hannah's sharing her screen, but I know I can usually get a snapshot of mostly everybody if the screen is not shared. If that's possible, if not, that's okay. I can give you the side profile, and I'll just say 1, 2, 3 cheese, and then see everybody's beautiful faces. So if everybody gets just for a little bit, if you can, just turn on your screens on for like 30 seconds to a minute. We like to kind of get a group, shot of who is on. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds here to turn your screens on, and we'll get a snapshot really quick of who is here if you can. And then you can turn your screens off, by the way. So if you can pop them on just for a little bit, that'd be great. Oh, I see some people adjusting. So I'm just going to do it twice really quick. I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3 cheese, and then give a big smile. So already 1, 2, 3 cheese. And then we're just going to do one more. It just takes a while just to save here really quick. I appreciate everybody's turning their screens on. All right, on one more time, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3 cheese. Perfect. That's all I needed. Thank you so much, Kaylin. The floor is yours.
Pretty painless, Hannah, right? And Hannah, if you want to just click to the next screen, I will stop talking in a hot second here, but I want to make sure that everyone is aware of, we will be talking about the Omada benefits. So I work with MHC on the regular. So I am have been assigned to this account for several years now, very familiar with the different co-ops and how everything works with you all, and want to make sure that you feel just as comfortable with the Omada programs that are available to you. So with that, on the next slide here is, and Hina, if you're, there you go. Perfect. This next slide here, we're going to be talking a lot about, in general, just different ways that foods can fuel you and benefit you, but we will lean into a little bit on how the Omada program can also support that for you all. So if you are on the medical health plan and you are 18 or older, whether you're on the, whether you're the insurance person or the dependent, you are eligible for Omada. And sometimes I just like to make sure that we cover this in the beginning so you understand kind of where and how to register if you're interested is an application process. But it's as simple as going to www.omadahealth.com and then /MHC. And I'll put this in the chat too. It is a program that is included through your health plan, so it is at no cost to you as long as you are eligible. And towards the end of the presentation, I'll hit a little bit more on what that eligibility might look like, who would be a good candidate for Omada, but I'd encourage everyone to apply and check us out. And with that, I will turn it over to Hina to say hello, tell us a little about herself, and then get kicked off with the presentation here. So thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Kaylin. That's wonderful. I am so excited to be here today. First of all, good morning. And some of us who are in Eastern time zone, good afternoon. Thank you for being here. As Kaylin mentioned, you have this amazing program at your fingertips. And I was just thinking that the major attraction for many of my members are they are just excited that they are connected with a real human health coach like me. And in fact, I may be a future health coach. So wouldn't that be so cool? Think of Omada as putting a health coach in your pocket, literally, to help you meet your health goals and help you improve your eating habits. You'll learn a lot about nutrition, healthy food swaps, how to control portions, and you will have access to heart-healthy recipes. So I'm super excited. As Kaylin mentioned, my name is Hina, and I'm a health coach with Omada for almost 2.5 years now. In my role, I have the privilege of providing people like you with dedicated one-on-one coaching to help them achieve their health goals. A little bit more about me. Well, I think I passed my intro, but completely fine. I'm blessed to have 2 beautiful daughters. I'm also a primary caregiver for my parents with a very supportive husband. In my free time, I absolutely love singing for no reason, and I love to be in nature. As I mentioned, today we will be discussing how some of our food choices can help support both our immune health and overall health. Well, my passion is holistic health. So I always stress on the overall health and how can we make it easier to incorporate everything in our day-to-day life. That sounds amazing. As a coach, I want to highlight that I appreciate how the statement on this slide emphasizes the words, what you eat. It's fairly common nowadays to see messages of what not to eat, right? So today we will zero in some examples of foods that are worth eating more to help our bodies perform at their best and be better equipped to fight off illness. Sounds good? Perfect. Let's get started by discussing a few nutrients that are essential for immune system. Now, before I start with vitamins, of course, with A, I have a quick question for all of you. We'll do a quick activity here. I need you to think of 3 food items that start with the first letter of your first name or last name. Any questions? Quickly, any 3 food items that come to your mind, put it in chat. 3 food items that starts with the first letter of your first name or last name. I'll give you about a minute here for all of you to jump in. And Kaylin, if you can help me with anything specific you read through, anything exciting.
Of course. So I have to say, Kay, it was a really hard one. I'm still sitting here thinking a lot of people were a lot faster than I am, but lemon, beets, nuts, licorice, oh, another nuts for N, banana, blueberry, another banana, mango, radish. Oh, Kathy said kale. Kathy, I feel it's Kathy with a K. I feel like you understand my pain. The kale was the one that I could think of too. Eggplant, egg, edamame, asparagus, apple, avocado, lettuce, legumes, cabbage, because her last name starts with a C. Lots of great answers out here. Celery, chickpeas, cupcakes. I like the balance there.
Oh, yes, I absolutely love the balance. And you know what? In those answers, the clue is hidden for takeaway for this presentation. Now, can anyone direct us to the clue? That what are we looking at? I heard something. Any clue with all those answers that we are reading in the chat? What is the takeaway? Like the main takeaway, and very simple one.
They have whole foods, contain vitamins, variety, lots of colors. There's another one.
Yeah,
Balance.
absolutely. Absolutely. Whole foods. You know what? That's it. That's it. You don't need to get into details of calories and micronutrients and vitamins and fat or carbs or protein. Just look for whole food. If the food that you are having is whole and less packaged or less processed, you nailed it. You nailed your nutrition. How simple is it, right? So moving on, let's start with vitamin A. Thank you so much for jumping in and giving us those wonderful answers. Eat your rainbow. Perfect. Vitamin C, vitamin D, and my most favorite, zinc. So starting with vitamin A, in addition to helping our immune system, vitamin A is important for vision. We all know that, majority of us, right? So my guess is that some specific foods will come to mind as we talk about each of these nutrients today. So let's test our knowledge. One more question. What foods do you think are good sources of vitamin A? Feel free to again pop in your answers in the chat. I'll just give like few seconds and we get going with that. Vitamin A, guys.
There's lots of carrots, spinach, broccoli, blueberries, sweet potatoes. Some people aren't sure. So this will be great. Eggs, fruits, and veggies. That's a good cover-all answer. Orange juice with a question mark.
Love that. Yes, absolutely. We'll get to the question mark as soon as we get done with the vitamin A. So if you thought of orange, red produce, mainly red and orange are your colors for vitamin A. Sweet potatoes, yes, tomatoes, you would be correct. All of these are good sources of vitamin A. But also broccoli and spinach. So something I'd like to point out related to the foods on this slide and the ones that follow. The ones that follow today is that both fresh and frozen are good options. So don't think that you cannot have frozen or canned foods. They are equally good in nutrition. There are times throughout the year when fresh produce is in season and as a result, likely to taste better and be more affordable. We all have experienced that, right? Now, frozen fruits and vegetables are worth a look because they have longer shelf life, right? And just as many nutrients as fresh, and they often cost less. So they are completely budget friendly. Orange juice, I'm coming back to that question that the only thing I would recommend to my members are whenever you're having orange juice, number one, fresh is always the best. So freshly squeezed would be on the top of the list. If not possible, then look for the minimum sugar content, or best would be no added sugar at all, right? Moving on to one of my favorite recipe. So I call it vitamin A recipe because it is full of vitamin A. Speaking of broccoli, did you know you can roast frozen vegetables in the oven? If you buy the steam and bag kind, you might give this a try. It's a good source of vitamin A. Feel free to experiment with other seasonings. I remember Nicole mentioned that just add some seasoning and you're good to go. And that's perfect. It's like garlic powder, onion powder, curry powder, even cayenne pepper. Can you believe that? Or simple olive oil, sea salt, black pepper, you're good. Once your oven is preheated, toss the broccoli with some olive oil or olive oil spray, bake it until crisp. You don't even need to thaw it. Isn't that perfect? Moving on to vitamin C. This nutrient helps protect our body's cells and keep them healthy, plays a huge role in healing process. So my hunch is you all are more familiar with some common sources for vitamin C. Is that correct? So what foods come to your mind for this one?
I think you're going to be able to guess what's coming through in the chat here. Lots of oranges, but grapefruit and peppers and apple cider. Someone also said broccoli. But citrus, kiwi, peppers, lots of berries.
Wonderful. So how'd you do? You're right. Here are a few of the big ones. In addition to fruit, like grapefruit, oranges, strawberries, you'll notice that some vegetables are also a good source of vitamin C, right? In particular, bell peppers, as you rightly said. Also, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, even cauliflower. So leafy greens such as kale and spinach. So if you're someone who strives to eat like 5 varied servings of fruits and vegetables per day, it's right here. So chances are good that you're getting plenty of vitamin C. A serving size would be considered half cup of raw, or 1 cup cooked, or 1 medium piece of fruit. So that's typically 1 serving. And here's my favorite vitamin C recipe. So if you're interested in a creative way to squeeze in some vitamin C by way of leafy greens, here we have a recipe for a kale dip. And it is pretty popular with my members. Like I keep sharing kale dip because you can practically have it with every single thing, whether it's a celery stick or carrot or some whole grain chips. You can nail it. So in addition to vitamin C, you'll also get some healthy fat from olive oil and protein from cottage cheese. It tastes really amazing with raw vegetables. Also like sugar snap peas or sliced peppers. Absolutely use anything that you like. Moving on to our next vitamin, D. Any guesses on which foods tend to have the most of this nutrient?
Milk, oranges, dairy, fish. Let's see, egg yolks, meat, spinach. Dairy is popping up a lot. I always think of the sun, Hina.
Yes, yes. Sun is the first answer always, right? But interestingly, yes, we can still have some added benefit of vitamin D with the food items. So yes, dairy products are big. Salmon is one of the big ones. Tuna. Bravo to you. Some of the best sources are fatty fish, eggs, fortified dairy, and non-dairy products like milk and yogurt. So here's an idea that weaves in vitamin D. If you like salmon, this one is a treat for my members who love salmon, topped with delicious mango avocado salsa. Mango is absolutely my favorite, and my family favorite is avocado. Like my family cannot run, I would say, without avocados. The recipe calls for grilling, but you can also bake or broil it for that matter. So this is my vitamin D recipe. And last but not the least, my favorite, let's talk about zinc. This is another important nutrient for immune health. So if you know what food items you can think of that has plenty of zinc packed.
This one seems to stump a little bit more people, but nuts and fish and beef. Some people say, I have no idea.
Yep. And that's why we are here, right? We are sharing knowledge and some amazing ideas that how can you incorporate and make it super easy for you to have all of that nutrients throughout your day.
Oatmeal, beans, chicken, potatoes, maybe someone's thinking. Zucchini.
Interesting. Well, thank you guys so much for being super interactive. So here are the top. It can be found in animal sources like beef, poultry, pork, shellfish, and also plant-based nutrients like nuts, tofu, and beans. So if you think about it as a like a overall bigger picture, more colors, better for you. And majority of the whole foods are actually packed with all of these nutrients in like already packed with amazing amount. So here is my zinc recipe. Chocolate banana butter smoothie. Are there any smoothie fans with us today? I'm a big smoothie fan, especially when you're on the go. Like just spice up everything and gulp your food. So this is a tasty one that sneaks in some zinc from the nut butter and chia seeds. Some of our members also enjoy adding leafy greens to their smoothies. Although it just changes the color, it doesn't change the taste at all. So it is a great way to increase your intake of produce and also your families, right? So this is the end of presentation, and I am here for any questions you might have, any comments, any feedback. Kaylin, you can take over from here as long as I can answer some questions. I would love to. But thank you for being here and having me. I absolutely loved doing this for you guys.
Yes, thank you, Hina. Please feel free to pop questions in. I can help navigate that. And I'll just kind of share a little bit more about the Omada program that's available to you all while you're thinking of some questions. And Hina, I know I've seen this presentation from other health coaches, and every time there's just little nuggets that I take and can learn. And it's just so interesting always on how like we said, we can kind of sneak in just some different fuels to kind of help keep our bodies healthy. So with that, if you wouldn't mind just bopping one more slide, I can kind of explain a little bit more about the programs that are available to you. So there's two different Omada pathways for you all. The first one is what we call the Omada for Prevention program. So this one is for folks that maybe are just on a wellness path. They're looking for some additional guidance. They'd love to have someone like Hina in their back pocket, literally on their phone, and be able to send messages at any point in time during the day to just kind of help guide them in some healthier choices. By default, oftentimes they're able to lose a pound or two with that as well. As you can see on the screen here, part of the Omada program is that we mail you the scale that's on the screen here. It's sent to your home, and that has a Bluetooth device in it that's connected to the Omada app, where you're able to track your weight, track your food, track your progress, set goals for yourselves that are nutrition-based or movement-based or just mind and body health-based. So kind of whatever things that you're working on, how can Omada support you through that journey? So that's kind of pathway number one that may apply to several people on the phone here, on the call here, on the phone. Then again, this is for anyone 18 or older on the health plan. And then if you click one more slide, Hina, I can talk about the second pathway to Omada. And this is more specifically for folks who are already diagnosed with diabetes. So you can see on here, you still have access to the scale that's mailed to your home with a Bluetooth device. But you'll also see there's 2 more additional devices on the bottom right-hand side of the slide here. And that's to help you track your blood sugar. So the continuous glucose device is something that you can place on your body, and it'll automatically send those Bluetooth readings over to your health coach and to your diabetes coach to kind of help you gauge how to balance your blood sugar, how to eat for what's happening within your specific body. Kind of all of the benefits that I talked about in the prevention plan do overlap with this plan as well. So if you or someone in your family who's on the health plan can benefit from this, we of course would encourage you to go to that website that I posted earlier that I'll pop in the chat once I'm done talking here again. And it's just that omadahealth.com/MHC site that's been up on the screen a couple times here. So with that, I'll take a peek at some of the questions in the chat and just make sure that everyone kind of gets that answered. I know one of the ones that I'm seeing coming through are a lot about, are we able to share the deck and the recipes that Hina referenced? And we are more than happy to share those out. This is a presentation for you all to benefit from, so we can definitely do that. And Dave, I do see your question about the CGM. I'll go into a little bit more detail, just seeing as there's some curiosity with that. So we do mail out just a small number of CGMs, usually 2 or 3 for the member to use and really gain better understanding. But if you are using a CGM and getting it through your insurance, that will be the one that you rely on more so than just the Omada one. But the blood glucose monitor that we have is the one featured on the screen there. And that's something that if you are interested in utilizing that and having it sent kind of back and forth with the coach, or syncing up your Curious CGM that also, or your current CGM, and kind of syncing that up with Omada, that is available as well. And I do see another question in here about if you're able to enroll again. Oftentimes there are some plan limitations around how long you can be in Omada, but if it's something that you're interested, it's been a little while, or maybe you applied and were in the program and just didn't utilize it, we've had a ton of upgrades lately, particularly in tracking food and how you're able to take a picture of that now and it updates. So I'd encourage anyone who, if you've been in the program before and are looking to jump back in, you can apply. I will say that you may receive a message that says, hey, you've already been in the program. If you just kind of reply back to that and let us know that, yes, you're right, I was in the program before, but I'm curious in rejoining, that's something that we take a look at every single member and their individual situation. And when we see that you're part of MHC and you're part of that group, and how MHC feels strongly about allowing people to rejoin and use some of the latest technology, then we'd be able to send you a new code to hop back in there too. So I think I made that sound more complicated than it is. It's really just a matter of letting us know that you're interested in coming back in, and then we handle a lot of the rest with Hannah and team behind the scenes to make sure that you're able to join again, as long as you're still eligible for the program. Did I miss any questions as we're here? Yeah, I just encourage everyone to head to that link again, which I can pop in here so people can click on that. Make sure I spell everything right for you all.
Kaylin, I have to echo what you said, and Nicole has in the chat, that your upgraded features are fantastic. Scanning the food, the AI feature that helps you maybe with those night cravings. So it's an incredible program. Definitely check it out to see if you're available to do that.
It really is. And so our health coaches are always the relationship base of the health coach is never going anywhere from the Omada program, because as you can see, just having that live person who can educate you, especially when it's things like, gosh, I don't know what's in, like what food has zinc in it. She's going to know. I'm going to quick ask her. But it is nice that now we do have an AI feature as well, that so if it is 11 o'clock at night, and this is the example that I always use, and you're digging around in your pantry and you know your health coach isn't online at the time, of course you can always send your health coach that message and they'll get it in the morning or when they're back online. But it is nice to just have that quick response of, you know, are you actually hungry? Are you thirsty? Are you just tired? To have that AI person kind of asking you those similar questions to your health coach to help you get through each of those moments. I do agree with that. Well, perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. I know that Hina and I can hang out a little longer too if there are more questions coming through in the chat. I encourage everyone to just kind of jump in to that application process, take a peek and see if Omada is right for you. And I hope you all learned a little something today that we can apply in these next few busy weeks. We always enjoy working with you.
Great. Thank you so much, Kaylin. And we'll be sending out a link to the recording and piece on Omada, and then a link to the slides as well. So you can cook those recipes at your leisure. So it's great information. Thank you, Hina and Kaylin.
Well,
So
thank you
thanks.
for having
Yeah.
us. It was wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for attending.
I'll get the recording to you shortly, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Yep.
Bye-bye, everyone.